Welcome to this third video tutorial designed to help you and your team get started with the EvaTools software. In this tutorial, we'll be looking at tasks. A task is the basic building block of information that is used to build the database that drives the EvaTool environmental management system. You'll recall from the first video tutorial on interfaces that all tasks fit within the EvaTool taxonomy. And this taxonomy is made up of primary impacts, of which there are 12, and secondary impacts. And the secondary impacts may have a number of items from impact to impact. All tasks will fit into one of these categories. To make the activity and process of searching for information and tasks within your database a fairly straightforward and simple affair, we have enabled a number of different methods. The first and possibly the simplest would be just using the Task Finder window on the top. And we can select a primary impact if we know what we're looking for, and a secondary impact. For example, metering and verification provides us a list of tasks within our database, which is also visible within search results in the panel below. Another option, and perhaps quicker, would be a simple search. If we look for IEQP1 within the lead system, we can do a search, and that will bring up any tasks related to that item. The third method would be, again, coming back to using the primary impacts and secondary impact search facility in the top box, and then using the detailed options which were discussed in video tutorial number 1 in how to pre-filter, particularly for environmental metric systems within your database. Let's now take a look at the nature of exactly what a task is. So if we go to Task Finder and we, for instance, go to energy in use as a primary impact, and then lighting and the secondary impacts, we'll get our search results on the pane below. And we can see that there are two types of tasks. There are those that are signified by a little building icon on the left-hand side, and this indicates that this is a task that has been created within your organization and for your company only. The icon that signifies a globe is basically a task that comes from a global system, an established system, via the EvaTool general database. Looking a little further into the detail content of actual tasks, we can see that this can vary greatly from one task to another. So it could be anything as simple as a basic check or quantum that you wish to measure across a project. And here we have a task that is a simple one-line sentence. What is the design stage daylight factor? You'll notice that along the top of the task box that there are 4 tabs. The second tab for each task would be Tools, and it's in this area that we can have any metric information or numeric measurements or checkboxes that you wish to incorporate as part of that task. And in this case, this would be a place where we could actually input the daylight factor for the project. Any numbers or quantums that are actually put in as a metric within tasks can be displayed as graphical icons and graphical charts within the reporting system, which will be covered in later tutorials. A more complex version of a task we can view would be something, for example, say from a lead item. And in this case, we can see that there is substantially more information presented. In this case, being a lead task, there is a scoring required. In this case, this task requires a score of 1 to 5. And within the EvaTool system, we allow, under the Tools option tab, for that score to be self-measured, self-scored. And again, these scores can be viewed and displayed as graphics within the reporting system. You'll see that under Tools in this particular task there are a number of other checklists that are related to best practice for this organization, and these are again things that can be checked and controlled and monitored within each task. Again, coming back to a second component of tasks that was discussed in video tutorial number 1, each task has the ability to add solutions. And solutions are bits of information, advice, research items, any form of content, digital content that you wish to associate with that task, and these can be created by any user who has logged in. And it's a way of sharing information across your organization in a simple and seamless way. To give you a quick example, in this case, for this lead task, we'll just expand and collapse all, and we can see the kind of information that may be put into this facility. And again, we're able to create new solutions by going to the Add Solution widget at the top, and here we can put in the basic information about what the solution may be, and we can also select whether or not this is a global item. If it's global, it means it will be shared across all eVTOL users, and if it's account-wide only, it means it's contained in a private account that you have created, and this is secure within your organization. You put in the description of the content, and then we are able to add any resources that we wish, like photographs or files or folders or drawings, and then finally categorize what that solution may be. And finally, let's take a view from a team member's point of view. Once logged in, they will again see the 3 tabs along the top: Project, Task Finder, and My Tasks. From the project management process, on each project they would select My Tasks, and they would get shown a list of those tasks under each project that they have been assigned to. So if we select one of these tasks and take a look at what the actions would be, we can see a very clear description of what has been required and what's been asked for. The user is asked to respond to that and on an ongoing basis as to how progress is being undertaken. If for some reason it's not possible to respond to that, then a Decline to Consider tab is there to justify why that's not done. So through any auditing process of a project, once complete, there are sound reasons for not undertaking some of these tasks. At the bottom, we are able to attach documents, drawings, reports, images, anything that's required to support the ongoing response by that team member. We click across to Tools, and in this case, on this task, there are a number of metrics that are required from a materials point of view, and it's here that the user can record various metrics for that particular issue. And once complete, they would select the Submit for Completion button. If they're not ready to complete and they're still working on it, the Save button is the one to press, and that will just save it. The score under the EVA metric will not change until Submit is selected, and then that will add a positive score to that overall metric that we can see in the radar graph.